Hi everyone, here's a story from America, Chicago. This is from Vox. Police allegedly left a bait truck filled with Nike shoes in a black Chicago neighborhood. Gets worse. The article says this: a partly open truck filled with Nike Air Force One sneakers and Christian Louboutin shoes reportedly showed up in an Englewood neighborhood of Chicago last week. Christian Louboutin shoes, they're really expensive, aren't they? Christian Louboutin, they're going to be hundreds of dollars, I would think, a pair. And Nike Air Force One, I'm assuming, isn't cheap either. Local activists say it was a bait truck placed by law enforcement to lure would-be thieves to their arrest. The truck was parked near a basketball court and travelled to other sites in the predominantly black community on the city's southwest side, according to Charles McKenzie of the crime prevention group God's Gorillas. An August 2nd video McKenzie shot captures residents confronting police officers about the truck, which made the rounds on Facebook and other social media. So it's another video shot by self-described crime chaser Martin G. Johnson, reportedly shows the bait truck at a different location the next day. In both videos, community members accuse officers of trying to set residents up to steal. It's exactly what they're trying to do. Exactly. The Chicago field office of the FBI told Vox it would not comment for this story. The Chicago Police Department has not responded to requests for comment. The Chicago Police Department don't give a flying what do you think. They're going to keep doing it. I didn't say that in the article. I've added that on for anybody who's listening and not watching me. But over the past decade, law enforcement agencies in the US have increasingly turned to bait devices to reduce crime. But as the Black Lives Matter movement has drawn widespread attention to anti-black policing and the disproportionate amount of African Americans in prisons, reports of a bait truck in an impoverished community of colour have predictably sparked outcry. I'm from the UK. Even I know Englewood in Chicago, which I have never visited. Even I know that without doing any research. I can say it's predominantly black, predominantly ethnic minorities for sure, with a high crime rate and low employment. I can almost guarantee you that right now without even checking it. And I'm halfway across the world. So outside a basketball court where kids are going to be playing and youths and teenagers and people in their early 20s, you know who they're going after. They're going after the poor black people. This is what happens when you've got a prisons for profit system. The Englewood residents seen in the video footage regarded it as another hostile act by law enforcement instead of a bid to cut down on crime. Moreover, the placement of the alleged bait truck near a basketball court filled with kids signalled to some a ploy to ensnare vulnerable youth in the criminal system rather than career criminals. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. I would concur with that. There were a lot of young guys playing baseball, said McKenzie, who said he spotted the bait truck while driving nearby. Why would they do that in the poorest communities? Somebody who don't have anything better. I'm not going to show the video because it was just basically people confronting the police. But we've started to see it recently. I've noticed that the reports in the UK that we're using bait trucks a lot more over the last years. And I've seen a lot of figures that say it does reduce crime. And used in the right way, I suppose it does. I mean, the police's argument with all this is, hey, if you don't touch the shoes, nothing happens. And they're right in that. But isn't this entrapment? You know, isn't this purposefully going after people in a poor black neighborhood? And let's remember, this is Chicago. Did it say East Side? Isn't that where all these killings and the riots have been recently? You know, that's really going to help the community there. You know, it's going to help with their trust with the police, isn't it, with this sort of shit going on. And I want to come back to my original thing here when I started actually reading this article. You can see the size of the truck in that image up there. That's the truck with the police outside, and there was more police to the right. That was filled with shoes, filled with Nike sneakers and Christian Louboutin shoes. Now, hiring that truck's going to be a few grand, I would say. And then even hiring the shoes, and my feeling is they've probably bought them. The stock to go in them is going to cost an absolute fortune. And then to add on to that, you've got all the police hours around it. And Isn't this a waste of money in a neighborhood and a state, or a city at the moment, rather, in Chicago, that is just in crisis? And this is what they choose to do. This is what they choose to do, rather than reach out to the community and try to build trust and build relationships. They're just trying to trap people and send more people to prison. I haven't got too much to add on this other than those thoughts. I just wanted to really highlight it because I think I think these are wrong. I know the argument, hey, if you don't touch them, you won't go to prison. I wouldn't, you wouldn't. But then, you know, we haven't been brought up in a neighborhood like Inglewood, probably. Yeah, I haven't got too much to add on this other than I think it's a waste of police resources. I think whoever thought up this idea needs they need retraining, if anything, because this isn't the way to police. You're there to serve the people. You're not there to serve the prison, the prison for profit system. You're there to serve the people. I highly doubt that trying to target young black Americans, who no doubt have got a massive distrust of the police with what's going on in their city right now, I highly doubt that this is going to help things. Don't you? If you enjoyed this video, please click the bell down there and subscribe so you get a notification of next time I drop a video. Also, I can't do this without your help, so if you can afford it and you enjoy my videos, please support the channel by subscribing to my Patreon. Link is down there. You can do it for as little as $1 a month, and it really does help. If you can't afford it, that's fine. Please share my work and talk to other people about the issues that I bring up. Thanks very much for your support. Until next time, peace and take care.